Very good, very good afternoon. Uh, I'm Sabyasachi Bharti, and you are started watching the live discussion with another filmmaker. And today, as you know, we are going to talk to one of the very interesting and very vibrant filmmaker, which is it's he's not a full-time filmmaker. Uh, he is into as you can say the civil services government administration. So before I introduce you to the filmmaker, let me welcome you all on the behalf of 11th CMS Vatavaran Film Festival and Forum, which is going live on hybrid mode from 11 to 23rd of April, where you can watch more than 89 curated national and international films, especially and exclusively on India Science OTT channel, powered by Vigyan Prasad, an autonomous body of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. So, friends, as you already know, that today we are going to talk to Dr. Swet Kumar Das, and what is very interesting with Mr. Das is that Mr. Das is not a full-time filmmaker. And when I came to know, I was also very surprised. He is currently working as a joint secretary to STNSC Development Minority and Backward Class Welfare Department, Odisha. He is a Odisha Administrative Service employee. Mr. Das has, after completing his masters, he has done his MPhil and PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, and then he pursued his career as in Odisha Administrative Service. He has a special inclination for making films in his own banner, social image productions based on social issues like women empowerment, farmer suicide, caste system, introduced bonded laborers, disaster management, and the existing social blind belief. Dr. Swet Kumar Das has directed several short films, and his last short film, Mask, has won several international and national awards. Also, this time his short film, Shani, is being nominated in the 11th CMS Vatavaran Film Festival and Forum. And I request all of you to visit the OTT channel of India Science, where you can watch this wonderful film, or which is based on River Mahanadi and livelihood of fishermen in Odisha. So now, without any delay, I have now. It's my honor and pleasure to invite Dr. Swet Kumar Das. Very good afternoon, Das Saab.
Namaste.
Namaste. Das Saab, before we start talking about Shani, uh, let me ask you one question. You are Odisha Administrative Service person. You are a joint secretary in SCST welfare. Uh, Generally, it is said that the civil service persons are not really that kind of very creative. Like they are into so much into administration and files that and you are a civil service person, and then you are a filmmaker also, and you are making quite beautiful film. Friends, you must go and watch this film, which is there. It's going live till 23rd on India Science Channel. So, sir, how you manage, like, before joining civil services, you were already into films, and or this taste developed after becoming a civil service state service person?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to convey my namaste to all who are in this OTT platform. And also, I'm very much thankful to the organizer of this CMS VATAVARAN and eminent juries. Uh, Finally, they have nominated my film to this prestigious organization, CMS VATAVARAN. This is number one green organization. And I'm very much thankful to them. And even I'm thankful to my all the assistant who has helped me for making this film. I'm very much thankful to them. They are also very much with me right now. Uh, so I had an interest from the childhood. I was a child actor,
Wow.
and during my study life, in a college life, I've also participated in several cultural activities, and I had an interest in that. So when I entered into the administrative life, so several issues I have came across there.
Hmm.
while I was in the field visit. So several issues, social issues that I have came across. So I thought ki that must be that social issues must go to the global community.
Hmm.
Keeping in this mind, so I have made several films like during pandemic, the mask, March 2 online class, and the healing talks, which won several international national awards. And this is a very different movie. In fact, I was there in that area as in charge, the development officer of that area. So I came across with this issue. One farmer was died. One fisherman was died. So the reason behind I can come to know that it is because of the Mahanadi river become dry and he could not able to sustain himself. No livelihood. So finally was died. So it was a shocking news for me. I thought ki whether I should make a film for that. It must be brought to the notice of the world community. Yes, I support the development. That is altogether recurrent issue. But my contention is to highlight the other side of the development, sir. I am for the development, but it is also my prime duty to look into the other side of the development. That provokes me to make this video, which has received several international awards, state awards. Sir.
सो आप दास साहब ये कह रहे हैं कि ये जो क्रिएटिविटी का कीड़ा जो होता है, इट वाज ऑलरेडी देयर एंड यू स्टार्टेड यू नो वर्किंग एज अ चाइल्ड एक्टर व्हेन यू एंड देन आपने थिएटर्स वगैरह भी किए?
जी जी जी, विलेज लेवल का थिएटर होता है सर।
अच्छा, तो वो भी आप करते थे?
yes, sir.
And then when you came to JNU, then also you actively join in the social
The
arena
cultural
of the JNU,
association.
cultural
Sir.
association. And then so you were a creative person from your early childhood. So how you decided to go to services, the government services? वो क्या ख्याल आया, आपने क्यों सोचा कि मैं एक क्रिएटिव बनता हूँ, फिल्म करता हूँ, थिएटर करता हूँ, इतनी क्रिएटिविटी मेरे अंदर है, तो फिर वो कौन से पल थे जिसमें आपने सोचा कि नाउ आई हैव टू गो टू गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज, एंड व्हाई, what was the reason to going people, creative people like you, to the government services?
Sir, actually, I was not at all interested for this administrative line, in fact.
Mhm.
So I was interested in academics.
Mhm.
So I tried my best to be the lecturer in Delhi University, and sometimes I was there as a guest lecturer. Because of
Uh-huh.
my parental compulsion, I had joined this cadre.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Not necessarily that a creative person should go for or should not go for government job. But it's not. If you have creativity, that you can. That you can.
हाँ, वो
It's not a problem.
मेरे कहने का ये मतलब था, व्हाट आई वांटेड टू से कि जनरली क्रिएटिव पर्सन जो होता है वो एक रूटीन लाइफ में नहीं बढ़ना चाहता है, बहुत सारे जो वो हायरार्की में नहीं फंसना चाहता, उसको दुनिया, ही सीज यू नो वर्ल्ड इन अ वेरी डिफरेंट वे. What we can see after going through your films, that you see world and a problem in a very different way. It's a non-traditional way. You can feel the pain. आप उसके किसी भी प्रॉब्लम के पेन तक जा सकते हैं. जब आपकी फिल्म लोग देखेंगे तो वो ये समझेंगे कि मैं क्यों ये कह रहा हूं, क्योंकि जिस तरह से यू हैड पोर्ट्रेट द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द फिशरमैन इन द फिल्म शनि, जिसकी हम आगे बात करेंगे, I still can remember that yeah, in the jury room, because I was there in the jury room, and everyone was watching the films, different films on sustainable livelihood, technology, and all these films, and there was a very different kind of facial expression, and then suddenly the number of your film came. मैं ये तो नहीं बताऊंगा किसने क्या कहा, but I can I was observing everyone's faces, and everyone's face was different. Their intention towards your film and toward the the subject has suddenly grown the way you had screened the film. So that's why I was saying कि आपके जैसा एक creative बंदा सर्विस में कैसे गया. So you how you manage your your day to day routine and your creativity then, because there must be so many servicemen working in the state service or a civil service who want to make film, who want to use art as a medium, but there are certain compulsions. How you manage those things?
सर पहले तो आप बोल दिए थे कि आई एम पार्ट टाइम क्रिएटिव पर्सन सो आई नीड नॉट टू से अबाउट माय क्रिएटिविटी क्रिएटिव लोग जो होते हैं सर वो सोच उनका अलग है बहुत हाई प्रोफाइल पर्सन दे है आई एम नॉट हैविंग दैट स्टैंडर्ड but while discharging my government duty and discharging my official duty, so some issues that have come up to my notice,
Mhm, mhm.
and I thought ki it's a right thing, okay, and we should thrust upon. So how we could able to mobilize the other? I thought ki let's go for a short film. So in that way, I thought ki I came into the, when I come to this line and produced so many short films. And so my focus is on, so basically on social issues, important issues like indentured labor, farmer suicide, which is the commonest from here, and the blind beliefs. So many blind beliefs are here. So that thing I want to give justice to the people and to make them aware. Basically, social awareness. I thought, okay, let's go for that, and that is what I'm producing. So many songs. And management. So for management of time is concerned, sir. I have taken already the permission from the government of Odisha that I will utilize the holidays
Mhm,
and so that कि my government work will not hamper. So
mhm,
जब मुझे छुट्टी मिल जाता है ना सर तो घर
mhm.
में रेस्ट नहीं देता हूँ तो काम करता हूँ तो जब
हाँ,
स्क्रिप्ट लिखता हूँ सारा 12 बजे के बाद ही सर स्क्रिप्ट लिखता हूँ तो
अच्छा।
वही मेरा परिवार सो जाते हैं मैं मेरा
हाँ, हाँ।
शुरुआत करता हूँ
जी,
क्रिएटिव
जी।
इस
तो
हिसाब से
जी, जी। यानी कि आपका कहना है कि आप रेगुलर काम करते हुए भी आपने गवर्नमेंट से परमिशन ली, और उसके बाद आप अपने छुट्टी के दिनों में ये अपनी क्रिएटिविटी की जो एक अ, द वो जो आपको फ़िल्म बनाने का पैशन है, उसको आप पैशन को फ़ॉलो करते हैं ड्यूरिंग योर हॉलिडेज़।
सर
एंड एंड यू आर राइटिंग योर स्क्रिप्ट मिडनाइट, जब सब लोग सो जाते हैं, तो आप अपना वो क्रिएटिव प्रोसेस शुरू करते हैं। श्वेत जी, ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि अ, जो आपके काम करने वाले कोलीग्स हैं या आपके फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं, उन्होंने कभी ये शिकायत किया कि कहीं न कहीं टकराव हो रहा है, आपको छुट्टी का समय मिलता है, घर वाले कह रहे हैं तो आप फ़िल्मों में चले जाते हो, बाकी सब समय आप ऑफ़िस में लगे रहते हो। ऐसा कभी सुनने को मिला है, घर से शिकायत मिली है?
मुझे ऐसे तो होता है हमेशा होता है मेरा बीवी तो मेरे को पागल बोलता है बेटा तो बोलता है ठीक है मेरा पापा फिल्म मेकर है you forget about that I'm an administrator or bureaucrat whatever so ऐसे होता है बाकी फ्रेंड से सपोर्ट मिलता है सर
जी।
गवर्नमेंट से सपोर्ट मिलता है फैमिली से सपोर्ट मिलता है दैट इज द एसेट फॉर मी टू गो इनटू दिस फिल्म लाइफ
हुँ, हुँ।
बिसाइड्स मैं फिल्म करता हूँ सर सोसाइटी के लिए सर
बिल्कुल।
ऑपोजिशन कोई नहीं होता है सर जो देखता है ना मेरा फिल्म तो अल्टीमेटली दे गिव मी द थैंक्स
एंड
दैट इज व्हाट
एंड
इट इज एन रिवार्ड फॉर मी टू गो इट सर
एंड व्हाट अबाउट द रिएक्शन? आपने कहा सपोर्ट मिलता है, व्हाट अबाउट द रिएक्शन ऑफ योर सीनियर्स एंड द हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट्स?
they have supported me. They have congratulated each and every time. Whenever I received an award or kind of an appreciation, I showed to my boss, sir, this is the response. Really, congratulations, go ahead with that. And तुम्हारा पहचान तो यही है आज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रहे कल तो रिटायर हो जाएंगे कोई नहीं पूछेगा गो विद दैट स्पिरिट इट्स एनकरेजिंग सर हियर नोबडी कैन अप्रोच मी एंड
जी। अच्छा, ये बताइए दास साहब, ये शनि का ये कॉन्सेप्ट कैसे आया? कहाँ आपने डिसाइड किया कि मुझे ये फ़िल्म बनानी है? क्या हुआ था?
that area I was the development officer sir. Every
Which area?
morning the Jharsuguda, the adjoining to the Chhattisgarh.
Okay, sir.
So I have seen that one newspaper that one fisherman died because the Mahanadi became dry. Correct?
Hmm.
So ultimately, I had been to his own house and have taken the interview and have came across all the villagers, taken the interview of the sarpanch and all the friends of that Sunny. Sunny, actually Sunny fisherman, the name of the fisherman, Sunny Maji. And I thought that it is a very good topic and issue to brought it to the notice of the world community. And why I have chosen making films, sir? Actually, uh, sir, film is an art form of social change,
Mhm. Yes.
and I think it is a valuable tool to bring the social changes. Sir.
Mhm.
तो अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करने के लिए বা कोई लॉबी करने के लिए तो दिखाने के लिए तो मूवी द बेस्ट एंड इफेक्टिव वेपन टू तो इसीलिए because in movie there is the realization of effects sir. You have seen several films so that becomes more important here whether to implement the policy maker or politician so, in fact sir actually I am not going here I am not here for politically motivated or geo-sentimental arguments. I am not going for that.
Okay.
I am going simply for that because I have concern for my Mahanadi, my river, Mahanadi. Because I am made up by that river, water, soil of Mahanadi. That is what I do have concern for that. And definitely, I try my best to bring to the notice the world community, the notice of the world community that what the problem is going on pertaining to the Mahanadi. Sir, yes, we may talk about development, but it is. I feel it is my duty to reflect the other side of the development. Besides, there is a dichotomy, sir. Optimum utilization of river and optimum control of river over river. Or development, by dint of development, they are doing optimum utilization of the river. It's okay, but instead of that, they are doing optimum control over the river. Sir, river एक सिस्टम होता है सर.
बिल्कुल. सो आप कह रहे हैं कि यूटिलाइजेशन के बदले कंट्रोल ऑफ रिवर
कंट्रोल हो जाता है सर. कंट्रोल डेवलपमेंट से अंधा हो जाते हैं हम लोग एकदम कंट्रोल कर देते हैं रिवर सिस्टम का ऊपर कंट्रोल हो जाता है सर जी. तो प्रॉब्लम्स.
और आपने कहा कि आपने जब आप डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर थे झरसुगुडा, मैं सही कह रहा हूँ?
जी जी.
उस जगह का नाम. तो वहां पे आपने एक न्यूज क्लिपिंग देखी जिसमें शनि नाम के एक मछुआरे ने आत्महत्या कर ली थी.
नहीं, डेथ हो गया था. नेचुरल डेथ हो गया था.
नेचुरल डेथ हो गया था
सर.
हाँ, तो शनि नाम के एक मछुआरे की नेचुरल डेथ हुई थी, वो न्यूज आया था. और फिर आपने सोचा कि मैं
बीमारी में पड़ा था because of due to the lack of livelihood, so he could not able to survive.
So that natural death happened due to he was sick or he was ill because and because why he was ill, because he was not having any source of livelihood.
Yes.
As he was a fisherman and he was fishing, but the fishing was stopped.
Sir.
And he was nothing to live on, and that's why he could not able to save himself.
Sir. Besides, sir, before that he was also suffering from diseases many times, and he could able to survive. But this time, it is different because he was psychologically become ill. He never thought of that the entire Mahanadi will become dry. सोच के बाहर था, से कभी नहीं सोचा था जब महानदी जो हरा भरा महानदी कभी ड्राई हो जाएगा.
हाँ, इसको होल्ड करते, इस थॉट को होल्ड करते हैं अभी, और एक क्लिप देखते हैं फिल्म की और फिर हम उस पे बात करना शुरू करते हैं.
सर.
जीवन और जीविका परस्पर सहित अंगांगी भावे जड़ित. सुरुखुरे जीवन धारण करने प्रत्येक मनीष किछि ना किछि जीविका ग्रहण करिथांती. किए चाकरी करे, आउ किए व्यवसाय, किए कृषिजीवी भावे निजे बंचिबा सहित कोटी कोटी लोकंक मुहरे आहार दिए, आउ किए नई समुद्ररु माछ धरी निज परिवारर प्रतिपोषण करिथाए. एही जीवन जीविकार संघर्ष सहित मनीष स्वप्न देखे ନିଜ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନକୁ ସୁନ୍ଦର କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ନିଜ ଭବିଷ୍ୟତକୁ ସୁରକ୍ଷିତ କରିବା ପାଇଁ। ଆମ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ସବୁଠାରୁ ବଡ଼ ନଦୀ ଓ ଓଡ଼ିଶାବାସୀଙ୍କର ସବୁଠୁ ପ୍ରିୟ ନଦୀ ମହାନଦୀ। ମହାନଦୀ ଖାଲି ଏକ ନଦୀ ନୁହଁ, ଏହା ଆମ ଓଡ଼ିଶାବାସୀଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ମା ଭଳି। ମହାନଦୀର ସଠିକ୍ ଉତ୍ପତ୍ତି ସ୍ଥଳ ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଧାରଣ ହୋଇପାରି ନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏହାର ପ୍ରଥମ ଓ ପ୍ରମୁଖ ଜଳାଧାର ଛତିଶଗଡ଼ ରାଜ୍ୟର ଫାର୍ସିଆ ଗ୍ରାମ ନିକଟରୁ ବାହାରି ଛତିଶଗଡ଼ରେ ପ୍ରବାହିତ ହେବା ସହ ଆମ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ମଧ୍ୟକୁ ପ୍ରବେଶ କରିଛି। ଦୀର୍ଘ 858 କିଲୋମିଟର ଲମ୍ବ ବିଶିଷ୍ଟ ମହାନଦୀର କ୍ଷେତ୍ରଫଳ ପ୍ରାୟ 1,41,600 ବର୍ଗ କିଲୋମିଟର। ଆମ ଦେଶ ଭାରତରେ ଥିବା ଅନ୍ୟ ନଦୀମାନଙ୍କ ଅପେକ୍ଷା ମହାନଦୀ ସର୍ବାଧିକ ପଟୁମାଟି ଜମା କରିଥାଏ। ଫଳସ୍ୱରୂପ ମହାନଦୀ ଉପତ୍ୟକା ଅତ୍ୟଧିକ ଉର୍ବର ଏବଂ ଉନ୍ନତ ଚାଷ ପାଇଁ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଉପଯୋଗୀ ହୋଇପାରିଛି। ଆମ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ଲକ୍ଷ ଲକ୍ଷ କୃଷିଜୀବୀଙ୍କ ମୁହଁରେ ହସ ଫୁଟାଇଛି ଆମର ଏହି ମହାନଦୀ। ଖାଲି କୃଷିଜୀବୀ କାହିଁକି, ହଜାର ହଜାର ମତ୍ସ୍ୟଜୀବୀ ରାତି ପାହି ସକାଳ ହେଲେ ଜୀବିକା ଆଶାରେ ଡଙ୍ଗା ଧରି ଚାଲନ୍ତି ମହାନଦୀ ଗର୍ଭକୁ, ଆଉ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଆଶାକୁ କେବେ ବି ନିରାଶରେ ପରିଣତ କରିନି ମହାନଦୀ। ମହାନଦୀ ଉପରେ ଭରସା କରି ଗଢ଼ି ଉଠିଛି ଅନେକ ଶିଳ୍ପାନୁଷ୍ଠାନ, ହଜାର ହଜାର ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଯୋଗାଇ ଦେଇଛି କର୍ମସଂସ୍ଥାନ। ଆମ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ଐତିହ୍ୟ ଓ ସଂସ୍କୃତିର ପ୍ରତୀକ ମହାନଦୀ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଥରେ ଚିନ୍ତା କଲେ, ଏହି ମହାନଦୀକୁ ଯଦି ମତ୍ସ୍ୟଜୀବୀଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ଦୂରେଇ ନିଆଯାଏ,
So that's how your film starts. So
Yes.
you had so so now come back to the news clips. So you
So
came
this
to
is the
know
background.
about
So
this is the
that
background.
this is
Yeah, yeah.
this is the background that how a river system supports every walk of the life, industry, agriculture, irrigation, energy, every. So this is what I have highlighted over here from the in the beginning of my certificate. Then starts my real story.
Okay. So now come back to the on to the time where you were thinking of making the film. So you have gone through the news clips, and then you decided that you will make a film. Then what? How you had completed this the scripting process, and then how you this is a fiction. You used fiction into it. So what about the artists, and then was shooting a flawless, or you were having some problem? How much time? So whole process, tell us about the whole process, sir.
So when I came to know that is a very interesting story relating to my mother river. So I had been to that village, which is the first very adjacent, first village of Odisha, quite adjacent to the neighboring state. So I had been to Kolekanda village of Jharsuguda and taken support of the family of Sani Maji. Even his wife and son and the neighbors, they serpents, other PRE member, they have supported me well, and also taken the snaps, butter snaps, where the Sani Maji was died, the riverside, and lot of informations I have gathered and started writing the script and decided who will be the right actor. What Sabeda, what I have done, that I have never taken the professional actor or actress in my film.
Okay.
Whatever I have produced so far, 5 to 7 films, so I have not taken any professional actor. So I have taken this person who was quite similar to the Sani Machi and done very good role over here. So after finishing my script and everything, I have did production work. Then I have started producing the films. So at least 14 days I took the time period, 2 weeks completely for shooting this movie. Then post I have gone for the post production. Then I have applied for many festivals, including my state film festival, which I have awarded with the best short film festival in government, at the government of Odisha, and other international film festival, Dada Saheb Phalke International Film Festival. So many. So that is not the
So you had took two whole week to complete the shooting.
Only shooting, only
और
shooting.
यस, सो आपने 2 हफ्ते में ये पूरी शूटिंग कंप्लीट की.
किया,
सो शूट सो द शूटिंग प्रोसेस वाज इजी, क्योंकि आप कह रहे हैं बिकॉज यू आर सेइंग दैट दीज आर नॉट द प्रोफेशनल एक्टर्स, ये
Yes,
प्रोफेशनल एक्टर नहीं है. तो
sir.
आपने कहाँ से और कैसे इन एक्टर्स को चुना, क्योंकि इन लोगों ने बहुत कमाल की एक्टिंग की, आई मस्ट से दे हैड डन अ ट्रेमेंडस जॉब, और इसीलिए सारे जूरी मेंबर्स बहुत प्रभावित थे इनके एक्टिंग से. अ, दोस्तों, अब मैं ये क्या कह रहा हूँ ये आप तभी समझ पाएंगे जब आप इंडिया साइंस चैनल पे जाके शनि फिल्म देखेंगे. तो प्लीज जाइए इंडिया साइंस के ओटीटी चैनल पे, और 23 तारीख तक आप इस फिल्म को देख सकते हैं. तो डॉक्टर साहब, कैसे आपने कलाकारों का चयन किया और कैसे उनको ट्रेनिंग वगैरह कुछ दी, क्योंकि अगर वो प्रोफेशनल नहीं थे लेकिन वो स्क्रीन मतलब कैमरे के सामने बहुत सहज उन्होंने एक्टिंग की, हाउ हाउ वाज इट पॉसिबल?
सर एक्चुअली पहले बात, अच्छा, मैं इमोशनल अटैच हो गया है स्टोरी के साथ, तो मैं खुद बन गया कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर. तो सोचने लगा जे विल बी द राइट पर्सन टू प्ले दिस रोल. सो
अच्छा, तो
देखा देखा
कास्टिंग
देखा
आपने खुद ही की?
सर तो देखा कैसे क्या करूं, अदरवाइज प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. तो देखा द राइट पर्सन दैट आई हैव टेकन हेल्प ऑफ चौधरी, देखा था द राइट पर्सन. देन उनका बीबी के लिए तो बनाना पड़ता है, फिर कैसे सिमिलर होना चाहिए सनी माजी का वाइफ जैसे, वो भी ढूंढा है. कम से कम 400-500 का फोटो भी मेरे पास आता है, तो उसको सिलेक्शन करता हूँ. ऐसे करके प्री प्रोडक्शन काम में करके सिलेक्शन हो गया, एक्टर सिलेक्शन हो गया, तो शूटिंग.
तो ये सिलेक्शन में कितना समय लगा आपको अंदाजा?
देखिए, बेसिकली लीड रोल के लिए टाइम थोड़ा लगता है, बाकी सब के लिए टाइम नहीं, 1 हफ्ता के अंदर का काम होता है. तो
जी,
बाकी 1 महीना तो कंप्लीट लग जाता है फॉर सिलेक्शन ऑफ एक्टर.
ओके. उसके बाद फिर लाइक आपने कुछ उनको उनके साथ ट्रेनिंग सेशन किया या सीधे
No,
चले
training
गए?
session near, because this is not the professional commercial films. So for this category of films, the vital role is by, it should be by the director himself, because he has to train them well. Otherwise सर, एक कमर्शियल फिल्म है ना, एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री डॉक्यू ड्रामा है, तो उसके लिए उसका एक्सेंट, उसका बिहेवियर जैसे सनी माजी का होना चाहिए. He is not a professional fisherman community. He is a businessman. He has to play the role of a fisherman. So it is a difficult job. So training is important. Sir. बोलता रहता हूँ, बार-बार शूट कट होता है, शूट चलता है, ऐसे करते तो वही.
तो कितने दिन की ट्रेनिंग आपने इन सबों को के साथ
सर
करी?
1 हफ्ता में हम किए थे. तो बेसिकली 4 persons in here, the lead role played by the 4 persons. So 1 हफ्ता दिए हैं. बाय टेलीफोनिक भी मैसेज करता रहता हूँ, जब कुछ याद नहीं रहता है तो रात को मैं कहता हूँ, सुनो ऐसे ऐसे बोलना है आपको, मेरे को व्हाट्सएप में भेजो तुम्हारा. मान लो पापा पिता को मैंने आपका पैसा मांगना है माँ से, कैसे मांगो बोलो, करो. अरे नहीं, ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए, ऐसे करो ना. ऐसे भी करता रहता हूँ सर, टाइम देख के भी उनको बताना. So it is a difficult job on the part of director to train them well in order to deliver text.
तो ये आपने उसको 2 हफ्ते की ट्रेनिंग, 1 हफ्ते भर की ट्रेनिंग दी, एंड देन यू वेंट टू फॉर शूट. And so how was the shooting process? Was it easy? Was it difficult? How was the, because again I'm asking because they were not professional actors and they had done a tremendous job. Was so was every shot was okay, or do you have to take and retake again and again? And which was the most difficult shot?
सर रिटेक तो बहुत बार होता है, अदरवाइज परफेक्शन नहीं आया सर. द डिफिकल्ट पार्ट इज दैट कि जो नदी का अंदर फिशिंग जो करते हैं ना, वो थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट था, क्योंकि पानी नहीं था नदी में, तो हमको देखना पड़ता है. फिश भी नहीं है, तो डुप्लीकेट फिश लेके करना पड़ता है. तो 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 दैट वाज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट जॉब फॉर आवर, बिकॉज जो गर्मी का सीजन में नदी का किनारे शूटिंग करने का तो प्रॉब्लम है. बाकी मॉब को कंट्रोल भी करना, पुलिस को बोलना पड़ता है जब मॉब हो जाता है. बिसाइड्स टाइम में एक्टर एक्ट्रेस आना जाना इस वो भी एक डिफिकल्ट टास्क फॉर अस टू मैनेज. सर शूटिंग इन फैक्ट it's a difficult job, sir, because you have to take care of your actor, the fooding, the timing, the costume, that director, costume designer, all things have to should work like a team so that you will be in a perfect position to deliver a good.
सो सो आप ये कह रहे हैं कि फिल्म बनाना इतना आसान नहीं है जितना आसान भाई आप टीवी पे या हॉल में जाकर के एसी वाले कमरे में फिल्म देख लेते हैं और आप सोचते हो वाह कितना अच्छा काम है. इट्स अ
It's a
डिफिकल्ट
difficult,
जॉब.
sir, it's quite difficult job, sir. Quite difficult.
ओके ओके. एक सवाल जनरली मैं कुछ सारे फिल्म मेकर से करता हूँ. हाउ इजी और हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट वाज फॉर यू to arrange funds for making the film?
सर फिल्म तो बनाते हैं हम खर्च करने के लिए सर. तो
So how you manage from where you generate the funds?
सर
Because मैं आपको इसलिए बताऊं एक चीज की मैं कल बात कर रहा था. दो फिल्म एक बहुत ही प्रसिद्ध फिल्म मेकर है नंदन सक्सेना जी और उनकी एक फिल्म जी नंदन सक्सेना जी से मैंने पूछा कि हाउ यू जनरेट द फंड, हाउ इट्स इजी और डिफिकल्ट, और वो बता रहे थे कि किस तरह से वो अगर 30 लाख की फिल्म है तो कहीं बड़ी मुश्किल से 5 या 10 लाख रुपए मिलते हैं, बाकी 20 लाख वो कुछ और कर करके और उससे जो पैसे कमाते हैं उसको इकट्ठा करके एंड देन ही इन्वेस्ट बिकॉज इट इज हिज पैशन. सो श्वेत कुमार दास जी, how you manage the things?
Sir, frankly speaking, some like-minded friends are with me, and some people are very kind-hearted for this kind of activity. So they have supported me, and more specifically, the actor and actress. Sir, in some of my films, they acted freely.
Wow.
So one film, short film, the Healing Touch. For the actor and actress, they refuse to take any remuneration. Instead, they have helped me a lot. So that is the scenario. 5 से 10 लाख 15 लाख खर्च हो जाता है तो करता हूँ सर, मैनेज कर देते हैं. बाकी लोग देते हैं कुछ कुछ अच्छा आदमी है जो फिल्म को पसंद करते हैं देते हैं. तो कमर्शियल फिल्म नहीं है जो सारा इनकम हो जाएगा ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. खर्च हम करते हैं फिल्म बनाने जो तो हमारा सोच में तो खर्च होगा ही होगा फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ द सोसाइटी.
सो ये बताएं कि नाउ कमिंग बैक, अभी फिल्म से थोड़ा बाहर आते हैं. नाउ लेट अस डिस्कस अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट. सो यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट द plight of river Mahanadi. So what is the current situation of river Mahanadi? आपसे दो सवाल है. The first thing is, what is the current situation of river Mahanadi and these fishermen and their livelihood? Are they sustaining, or how, or is there any way the government of Odisha is helping them? और दूसरा ये है कि as we are talking about climate change in the festival also, what is the impact of, do you see any impact of climate change on the Mahanadi? ये दो सवाल है.
Sir, in the beginning, I have told you that I will not go for that political debate and kind of thing.
No. I wanted to know, अभी क्या situation है महानदी की?
Sir, Mahanadi basically is my concern is sir, Mahanadi is a process. It's a river system which originates in the Chhattisgarh and end up here with the bank of Bengal after a long journey of 900 kilometers. So during its journey, it supports actually the populations of 1 crore 28 lakhs of Chhattisgarh and 1 crore 1 lakh populations of Odisha, and hardly 1 lakh populations of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and your Jharkhand. So basically, two states, Chhattisgarh and Odisha, the supports to the population. So out of 1 crore, 1 lakh populations, 5 lakhs populations, they are directly depends upon the Mahanadi River in on the both sides of the river Mahanadi.
यानी 5 लाख लोग जो हैं वो
Fishermen
डायरेक्टली
community.
महानदी पे हैं, उन
So they are
फिशरमैन
fishermen
कम्युनिटी
community.
हैं.
They are fishermen community. So what happens? The other part of the river, or the upper part of the river, when they have constructed dam and barrages, so suddenly the flow of water decreases and Mahanadi becomes dry. And I have seen the village during interview. I have seen a lot of people, they have went for the other states as indentured labor, Dadan, because they have left the traditional livelihood like fishing, and they went for Dadan. So it is the environment problem because of caused by the man, so-called man-made development. And while they are doing the development, I always try to highlight one thing here in this film, that river has its own right. And communities, they have also right over the river. These things are ignored. So, परसों सर मैं देखा था कि इंटरव्यू में फिल्म मेकर भी बोले थे, सर इन कमिंग डेज वी आर फेसिंग द वॉर रिलेटिंग टू वाटर. So similar kind of situations here, sir. Because in my assumption, so river is a river only when it flows, because flow is the important indicator of the health of the river.
Yes, yes.
The flow बंद हो जाता है ना सर, so ultimately it causes serious consequences.
Yes.
Like Sanimaji died. And in fact, sir, Sanimaji is the only ever one example. The very last dialogue, if you can see my film, he said that today I am dying. Yes, I will die today. But be ready, you all people will die from tomorrow onwards. Such a powerful dialogue. Because he never thought of that समय आएगा था, वो सोचा नहीं था सर, जे एक हरा भरा रिवर एकदम ड्राई हो गया है. Never thought of. And because of his the loss of his livelihood, his दो बेटा वो गए हैं दादन खटने के लिए, indentured labor. They had been to Andhra Pradesh to work as an indentured labor in the Bricklin unit, the torturous job. So this kind of the ill consequences of so-called man-made development that I want to highlight over here. And more importantly, he could able to survive from this disease, but it didn't because he's psychologically ill. Because he's shocked after seeing that he has seen that river become dry, then come to the house. It's such a mood. He was saying, नहीं, जिंदगी चला जाएगा तो अच्छा रहेगा. मेरा माँ तो मेरा पास है नहीं ना. That was his dialogue. So, sir, it is such an emotional feeling. I'm very much thankful to my all the team that they have helped me for making this very beautiful film, sir. Actually, you should not go for a development which will hamper the other. We should not go for development. Actually, sir, development, what happens, sir, it is a process of social change. Because it creates the growth, progress, and positive changes or addition, physical, economic, demographic components. But only one thing is there. Development should not damage any resources of the environment. Sir, Amartya Sen has said that development, he has given us a very beautiful approach, the capability approach. Actually, development is a process by which a common man can be, the capacity of the common man could be enhanced to the optimum level with capacity.
जी, वो
So,
आपने
instead of increasing, enhancing is the capacity, we are pushing them to the higher.
जी, एक बहुत अच्छा सवाल आपने इसमें खड़ा किया है. डेवलपमेंट, आपकी बातों से जो एक चीज मैं निकाल सकता हूँ, एक सवाल कि डेवलपमेंट फॉर व्हाट एंड फॉर हुम.
Yes.
So that's why now we are talking about a sustainable development,
Sure. I'm going to that, sir.
and that is one of the prime goal for UN
Yes.
development. That is one of the prime UN development goal:
Sir. Sir.
sustainability and sustainable
Sure.
development.
Sir.
Uh,
Besides, sir, 1 minute,
Ji,
sir.
ji.
Sustainable development and equitable democratic management of the water system. That is also vital concern for us.
Yes,
All the
yeah,
development seeker, we should go for that.
yeah. Water is
Because,
most important for our
sir,
existence, so certainly.
हमारे पास एग्जाम्पल है ना सर, गोदावरी का रिवर का जो डिस्प्यूट था वो भी रिसॉल्व हुआ है सर, कृष्णा का हुआ था, नर्मदा के भी हुआ था, वाई नॉट महानदी सर?
बिल्कुल.
आई एम नॉट ओके, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू दैट बिकॉज आई एम ऑलरेडी इन गवर्नमेंट
Yes, yes.
platform.
So
So I'm
so
not going
we
that
will not be talking about
my
that.
concern, my concern is that why it's because they are not organized. It's because they are downtrodden section of the society that don't have the voice. They have to suffer so-called by this man-made development. No.
जी, बिल्कुल. श्वेत जी, ये बहुत आपने एक बहुत ही important, it's a very important point which you have raised, and then we certainly should uh, talk about it more often. But as the discussion is in around the film and the festival, so we are coming back again to the festival thing, and then one thing that I really want you to know from you is that, like, one of the major highlight of the festival, or the major point of the festival, is to talk also about the climate change and the global
Yes.
warming which is happening, and how it's affecting every aspect of our existence, whether it's sustainable livelihood, or whether it's a fresh air, or whether it's a heat wave, or whether it's a disaster which is happening all around again and again. So in these so many years from the time when you had started your service, and now it's 2022, are you seeing the impact of climate change in your region? उड़ीसा में climate change का effect आपने देखा है इतने दिनों में? क्या देख रहे हैं आप climate change का effect?
Sir, many issues are there. चिल्का नाम सुने होंगे सर. चिल्का is going to be dry because of the immediate climatic impact. Forest cover सर खत्म होने वाला है. Groundwater, the level of groundwater is decreasing.
Mhm.
All the river became not suitable for use because of contaminated water, contamination.
Mhm.
Air, sound, everywhere there is pollution
Mhm.
because अभी जो बोला था मैं सर, we should not
जी.
we should have at least we should not have control over these environmental resources.
Mhm.
We can use optimally, but we should not control over that. If
Mhm.
this mentality will be there, then we can achieve the sustainable development. So sustainable development what? Use of the present. You should consume the resources, whatever we do have at the present, without considering the interest of the future generation. So that should not be, because future generation को survive करना है सर.
जी.
उसी हिसाब
तो
से हमको प्रेजेंट जितना है हमारा पास रिसोर्सेज को यूज करना है.
सो
ओवरनाइट
आप ये
डेवलपमेंट यूज करना है.
सो आप ये कह रहे हैं कि ये जो चिल्का लेक का जो एग्जिस्टेंशियल क्राइसिस है वो सूखने की तरफ आ रही है
जी जी जी.
ड्यू टू क्लाइमेट चेंज.
अच्छा.
और क्या इफेक्ट आपको दिख रहा है अपने आप? एक जो चीज जो हम लोग, जो उड़ीसा में नहीं है, जो इस साइड में रेस्ट ऑफ द कंट्री है, वो अक्सर देख रहे हैं कि उड़ीसा में जो ये क्लाइमेटिक सिचुएशन के कारण जो हरिकन्स वगैरह और जो ये इस तरह की चीजें बार बार हो रही हैं.
Yes, natural disasters. Odisha is quite
Natural
prone to this disaster, and each and every year we are witnessing flood, droughts,
So now the
natural
number of
disasters.
natural disaster happening in Orissa is growing, you are saying, these days.
Year, from year to year it is growing. Sir.
और जहां तक मैं जानता हूं कि आप भी नेचुरल एनडीए वहाँ जो उड़ीसा में जो डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट का जो ग्रुप है, आप उसमें भी थे व्हेन यू वर?
Yes. And our government of Odisha is acknowledged even if by UN, that's the best disaster management state in India, because our government is well planned and we are facing disaster
So
and managing
आप
well.
किस तरह से
That
डिजास्टर
is what.
मैनेजमेंट के में जुड़े हुए हैं, थोड़ा बताएंगे हमारे दर्शकों को?
Yes, being a Tahsildar and a BDO, we are the frontier, the village level for disaster management in 3 stages: pre-disaster, during disaster, and post-disaster. In that way, we are mitigating the problems. When we were getting the information that we are going to hit another disaster, okay, get ready, village-wise, करके इसको बनाते हैं, तो pre-disaster well planned. Then disaster even during rainfall, we are moving. We should be always with the people and giving them all the services given by the state. And then after disaster, we are also rescue operation kind of things, pharmacy way of restoring. And we do have very important thing that very short-term and long-term measures for disaster management. Odisha government has a devised a well plan. Odisha government is having, our government is having world record and they recognize it in fact everywhere because of uh, good management of the disaster in the state since last 2 decades.
And now after Sunny, what are you thinking? Like, are you planning to make something on disaster, climate change in Odisha or something like that?
Yes, sir, I am planning to do one film on elephants, sir.
Elephants.
Because yes, elephant nowadays they are not safe in Odisha.
Mhm.
Uh, that is what I am planning. Towards October, I am planning to shoot. क्योंकि घर में पूजा करते हैं हाथी को लेकिन जंगल में मार देते हैं सारा. That is our mindset. घर में रखते पूजा करते हैं हाथी क्योंकि वो प्रॉपर्टी देगा, लेकिन बाहर में उसको ट्रीटमेंट करते हैं हम कोई. तो इसलिए उसको बनाता हूँ, उसी थीम का ऊपर लेके बनाता हूँ जे कैसे हाथी को हम ट्रीट करते हैं, ट्रीटमेंट कैसे होते हैं.
So basically, you are saying that you are planning to make a documentary film or a feature film or a short film on the man and elephant conflict, or
हाँ, relating to that.
yeah.
Why conflict? हम तो घर में पूजा करते हैं, लेकिन बाहर जब घर से बाहर आ जाता है, why this is the change in our attitude towards elephants? So it's a peculiar concept. So might be a short film or documentary, whatever may be, but we are going to produce very soon.
Now coming to because you are an independent filmmaker, what is the current situation of the independent film scenario in Odisha? क्योंकि उड़ीसा का एक बहुत ही गौरवशाली इतिहास रहा है फिल्म मेकिंग का. उड़िया फिल्में अपने थॉट प्रोसेस, अपने क्वालिटी के लिए जानी जाती हैं. अभी बट मैं आपसे जानना चाह रहा हूँ, डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म और जो पैरेलल जो इंडिपेंडेंट फिल्म्स जो बन रहे, नॉट द पॉपुलर वन, उनका क्या सिचुएशन है अभी उड़ीसा में? आप क्या देख रहे हैं?
सर एक्चुअली एक ही बात बोलता हूँ, कमर्शियल फिल्म, बाकी जो डॉक्यूमेंट्री होता है, बस शॉर्ट फिल्म होता है, जो नॉर्मल फिल्म होता है, जो फिल्म होते हैं फेस्टिवल के लिए, दैट इज व्हाट डिफरेंस इज देयर कि जो कमर्शियल फिल्म होते हैं वो आम आदमी देखते हैं. बाकी ये जो फिल्म हम बनाते हैं, जो फिल्म मेकर्स वो देखते हैं. सो अप्रोच इज डिफरेंट. बाकी सर इस फिल्म में ओरिजिनलिटी को रखना पड़ता है, ध्यान देना पड़ता है. इन कमर्शियल फिल्म्स सर वही चीज इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, इसीलिए मॉडर्निटी का नाम पे तो न्यूडिटी डेवलप कर दिया है कमर्शियल फिल्म को. तो दे आर आउट ऑफ मेन स्ट्रीम नाउडेज बिकॉज बट दिस फिल्म नीड्स ए स्पेशल अटेंशन ऑफ द फिल्म मेकर्स, क्योंकि सर वो डिफरेंट है, बिकॉज इट इज फ्यूचरिस्टिक, it will awareness based. It will give you insight to the policy makers or development seeker or the politicians. So here the approach is different, and it's in Odisha our film nowadays in critical stage because of no supports. In terms of the viewers has been reduced, and film festivals. So hardly we do have one or two film festivals are organized here.
Mhm.
I don't think any support they're receiving from anywhere.
Mhm.
The filmmakers are in a
Mhm.
very supporting state.
Mhm. Uh, but even though, even all the hardship, you have not stopped making film because this is your passion and you want to do it. So what do you want to give the message to the new filmmakers who wanted to take filmmaking as a career in your state and the rest of the India? क्या उनको कहेंगे आप? क्या बताएंगे? क्या मैसेज है आपका? क्या ये वो क्या सोच के आए जब इस फील्ड में आए?
सर मैं तो किसी को भी एनकरेज नहीं करूंगा फिल्म मेकिंग एक करियर बनाने के लिए। तो मैं आई एम नॉट इन ए perfect stage to give the advice to the filmmakers because I
डॉक्टर साहब, आपने एक बहुत बड़ी बात कही। आपने कही कि मैं तो
so
किसी को एडवाइस नहीं करूंगा कि फुल टाइम फिल्म मेकिंग करे। वो क्यों?
actually कोई देखता नहीं ना साहब इसलिए आप अच्छा आदमी है अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है तो फाइनली रिकॉग्निशन दिया है कोई देखता नहीं तो कौन देखता
आ-
है कमर्शियल फिल्म देखता है बस
हम्म।
किसी का अच्छा पब्लिसिटी होता है वो देखते हैं वो मूवी का कोई पब्लिसिटी नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि दिस फिल्म बेसिकली स्टोरी बेस्ड ऑन ए डाउन टू पीपल कोई
यस,
रिसर्च में नहीं देखता है
यू
That's
यू
all.
हैव सेड अ वेरी बिटर ट्रूथ। आपने एक बहुत
Sir,
कड़वी सच्ची बात कही है डॉक्टर साहब। फ्रेंड्स, really these kind of meaningful film or the meaningful cinema is somewhere losing. You
sir,
know, you the popular film now, there is a trend of making meaningful popular film also, but most of the popular film is kind of promoting escapism. Whether I don't know whether this is my personal thought, but the meaningful films which is talking about certain problems, certain issues, whether it's short film, whether it's documentary film, whether it's feature film, they are very limited, and getting them to the viewers is difficult. And that's where I think that the role of the film festivals like the CMS Vatavaran comes. And
sir.
probably Dr. Sahib will also agree with me, like the film festivals like CMS Vatavaran and the OTT channels like India Science are now becoming more and more relevant, because they are somewhere giving a platform to these filmmakers so that their films can be watched by each and everyone.
Yes.
मेरे
That is
ख्याल से
what I
आप
am very
मेरे
much
इस
thankful to you, sir.
मेरे ख्याल से
Very
आप
much
मेरे
thankful.
इस आप एग्री करते हो, क्योंकि इंडिया
Sir, sir.
साइंस की मदद से या सीएमएस वातावरण और इंडिया साइंस का ये जो कोलैबोरेशन हुआ है, तो ये जो फिल्में हैं जिसको कि एक प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिल पाता है, उसके लिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म है। जिन जिन के पास ऐप है डॉक्टर साहब, या वो इंटरनेट यूज करते हैं, दे कैन गो ऑन द इंडिया साइंस चैनल एंड दे कैन वॉच wonderful films for encouraging the scientific temper in the country. So there are Indian science film, and then the environment and other problems. The CMS Film Festival is hosting its films there. So मैं ये भी आप मानेंगे कि now, as the technology is now very easy, you can have your film put on these platforms and on YouTube, and that then they can be watched by so many film enthusiasts. क्या कहेंगे आप डॉक्टर
Yes.
साहब?
Like, okay, that is, I admit with you, sir. What I'll say, because this mobile is very, in fact, a very powerful tool, and
हम्म,
I think uh, actually it's a very great democratic medium of 21st century and powerful form of visual expression of social reality. I will
हम्म,
consider to mobile. So, by
हम्म,
this dint of this mobile, uh, we can see this feeling.
हम्म,
यूट्यूब में भी तो छोड़ा है सब कुछ छोड़ा है फिर भी कम देखते हैं बट कमर्शियल का फिल्म का गाना हो जाता है तो मिलियंस ऑफ व्यूअर हो जाता है इसको कोई देखता नहीं बिकॉज
बिल्कुल।
दैट इज व्हाट वी डू हैव लीस्ट कंसर्न फॉर आवर एनवायरनमेंट दैट इज व्हाट वी आर लीस्ट कंसर्न फॉर आवर फ्यूचर जनरेशन तो इट्स ए रिक्वेस्ट रहता फिल्म देखिए तो फ्यूचर को जरूरत जिसका होता है उसको देखिए because all our films are futuristic. So that much into and should see the
जी,
films.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बात करें। व्यूअर्स, आई रियली वांट यू टू टू अंडरस्टैंड द पेन which डॉक्टर साहब इज कमिंग अप विद दीज रिमार्क्स, कि वो जो फिल्म है, वो जो एक मेहनत लगता है, वो जो एक प्रोसेस होता है, जो कष्ट सह के एक फिल्म मेकर ऐसी सार्थक फिल्मों को बनाता है, दीज मीनिंग फिल्म्स टॉकिंग ऑफ वेरी रेलेवेंट इशू विच इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू आवर एग्जिस्टेंस, उसको उस तरह से व्यूअर्स नहीं मिल पाता है। I'm totally agree with you. It's happening everywhere, Dr. Saab. But I think that filmmakers like you who are working, and in their busy schedule they are getting out, and they are making effort to make these kind of films, should always make these kind of films. जिस तरह की problems, we have a certain documentary or these kind of film culture in India, where making a film is a big thing. You can think of, but then again the problem of the fund is there, then you manage that fund, then you make the film, then there is no platform to showcase that. एंड दैट्स वाई, जैसा मैंने पहले कहा था, इट्स नॉट कि मैं अपना पीठ थपथपा रहा हूँ, लेकिन that's why the platforms like India Science and the festivals like CMS Vatavaran is extremely relevant, is extremely necessary for the society. uh, डॉक्टर साहब, आप समय निकाले, आपने बहुत अच्छी बातें की हमारे साथ. यू हैड talked very sensible and very bitter truth also, which generally people on screen don't talk about. That itself is a very appreciable work. uh, Thank you for taking time and talking to you. uh, uh, Really, I want to, I have no words. Thanks again. Thank you for being a part of it, sir.
Thank you. Namaste, sir.
Namaskar. So friends, this was Dr. Swet Kumar Das. And Mr. Das is not only a filmmaker, but he is also a Odisha government civil servant, working as a joint secretary in Department of SC/ST welfare. Uh, and his film Shani is talking about the plight of the fishermen and their livelihood living on the Mahanadi River in Odisha. You please go and you watch the film. It's a beautiful film, and it can be seen till 23rd midnight on the India Science OTT channel, powered by Vigyan Prasar. And and with this we are coming to an end of today's session. uh, at the end, I really want to express my gratitude first to the India Science and the Vigyan Prasar, all the India Science team members who are really very cooperative to us. uh, to the Vigyan Prasar team, thank you to Nakul Parasar sir, uh, who is the the power behind it, uh, and all these all the Vigyan Prasar family. I also want to again express my gratitude to the High Commission of Canada in India, to Pollution Control Board of Haryana, to Forest Department of Haryana, to Ministry of MOFCC, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. Apart from that, I also want to express my gratitude to PSCST, Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, Chitkara University, NABARD, uh, IUCNCC. These all are our festival partners, and they are the organizations which had given us a power to do this festival. First time we are doing it in hybrid mode, and we will be coming with beautiful programs on hybrid mode on online. Today, please don't forget to watch me again at 6:30, where I am talking to a wonderful 10-year girl, Lisi Priya, one of the brightest, youngest environmental activist from India. Uh, we will be joining, and we will be talking to Lisi Priya in the evening at 6:30 here again, exclusively on India Science OTT channel, and the social media Facebook page of CMS Vatavaran, and YouTube page and Facebook page of India Science. और कल हम दोबारा से इकट्ठा होंगे फिर से 4 से 5 बजे कुछ बहुत ही ब्राइट फिल्म मेकर से बात करने. थैंक यू अगेन. हैव अ गुड डे, गुड नाइट, and see you. And please, no, not good night right now. Please join us at 6:30. Have a till the time. Bye.